When my grandmother died, my mom died, my mom's mom, and my poppy, my mom's dad, told a story of he was sitting at the kitchen table and there was right across from where he was sitting there was like a doorway from a hallway, and he said that my mom Mooney, which is my mom's grandmother, my mom's mom, stopped in the doorway. And he looked at her and she said, "She's okay, Art." And that's my earliest memory. I think that really impacted me, that because she had passed away months before that. And I think it really impacted me that someone from the other side could help someone that was here. I was always kind of jealous that everybody else like had dreams and things after, because when I was 11, 12, like 13, 14, right around that time, all of my grandparents passed away, and my mom and my Aunt Sharon would talk about, oh, they had this dream and they said this, and I was always kind of jealous that they came to them and they didn't come to me. I don't know if I didn't need it or if they knew, like, I don't know. But I liked when they would tell the stories because I felt like they were still here.
The first birthday that I had without my dad and my mom, I was sleeping and my dad came. I was walking into the dining room in my dream, and there was my dad by his bedroom door. And I said, "Dad, it can't be you. You died." And he said, "Don't be scared." And then my sister was also over there in my dream. All the kids and everybody was sleeping in the living room. And my dad went and sat next to my sister, and she was rubbing his back. And then I wasn't scared anymore. And I said, "No, don't go, Dad, don't go." And he was pointing to my daughter's picture. She had graduated, and she got her graduation picture. And he said, "Oh, she got her picture." And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, I gotta go." And I said, "No, don't go yet." And he says, "I gotta go, but I'm never far away." And there was like a band playing and everything. It was so funny.
I think I've just gotten used to it. Things happening, like, I will give you the most recent actually thing that happened was my father was a painter, and I was standing in my kitchen just the other day, and a strong odor of turpentine came and hit me in my face. Like, I could smell it very strong, and I said, "Oh gosh, here we go again," because the same thing happens to my sister, and she lives 40 miles away. So I don't know if it's him trying to say that because he used turpentine that was his business, he used turpentine to clean his paintbrushes. So that's a smell that we get that we're familiar with, and I get it, and my sister also gets it.
I had a car accident that was pretty bad. My car turned on its side, and I hit 3 cars, and then my car turned on its side. And it was really, when I blacked out during the accident, but then as the car was turning, I came to again, and the world was turning on its side, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Can I curse? Yeah. Okay. I said, I was like, "Holy shit!" And there was like a burning smell in the car, and I was like, "Oh my god, the car's gonna blow up! I need to get out right now." And I clicked the seatbelt off, and I stood up, and I was standing like on the other door because the car was turned on its side, and I was trying to open the door. And I couldn't get it open, and I remember thinking, "Oh my god, these doors are so heavy, you can't tell when they're on their side that they're this heavy." And I was pushing the door, and a man came over that had to be really tall because the car was on its side, and his chest was at the top of where that car was. And he said, and I was pushing myself out, and I was using the car to push myself because I was trying to get out. And he said, "Just relax." And I was pushing, and he said, "Just relax." And so I did, I relaxed, and he pulled me out of the car. And I don't really remember getting set on the ground or any of that. I just remember starting to walk away from the car, and I turned around, and there was no one there. And so I really feel like that was a spirit. I don't know if I got lifted out of the car, if I got myself out of the car, but I feel like I needed help, and so help was sent.
And Bobby was in the hospital. And he was, Aunt Mary was there, and Uncle Stevie, and Aunt Sharon, and Uncle Joey. Mary Ann was there, and everybody was in the room, and he had been taken off of the life support, and so we knew that he was going to die soon. And I remember he his breathing was getting slower, but he seemed like he was fine. He wasn't awake, of course. Not, I'm saying fine. He was in a coma, but he was breathing and he wasn't struggling. And I remember I was sitting, like Poppy's bed was there, and I was sitting like here in a chair, and I remember feeling it was like Poppy's hand was on my shoulder, and then he lifted it, and I didn't even realize that it was there until he lifted it, and he said, "Gotta go now, honey." And I remember feeling like I wanted to hold him. And he went, like, he kind of, like, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I didn't want to, because he thought, he was telling me he had to go. He didn't want me to hold him back. And after I felt that, it was like he had gone behind me. And I stood up and I went over to the bed because I knew that he had to go. And he stopped breathing. He took a breath and he let it out. And then another one and he let it out. And then he died. But before he died, he must have been standing there with his hand on my shoulder. And I didn't even know it until it was gone.
I had a conversation with my husband after my cousin's boyfriend passed away recently. And we had his, I guess it was like his mass card, and his picture was on the mass card. And we were talking about the afterlife and things like that. And I said, how could you not think that there is something else? He just doesn't feel like there's a spirit in the human body that just when you die, that's your body's dead and so that's it. But when you look at a picture of someone and then you go to the funeral and you see their body in the casket, even in the picture you can see the light of a soul and of spirits in them, and at the funeral it's just a body. There's nothing there anymore, so there has to be something else.
I definitely believe in God. I definitely believe that when we die, our spirit lives on. I mean, I know this. How could I not know this? Poppy was there with me. He was here instead of there.
Kind of think we have like an inside to God, because we have all these guardian angels that can go to God and say, "Hey, God, she needs you right now." That's what I think.
I think day to day, if you don't carry faith with you, I don't know how you get through a day. I just believe that if you don't have faith, I don't know what you have, because there's nothing. If you don't have faith, if you don't believe that there's something more after this, what is there really to... I'll just say I have faith. Every day of my life, I have faith. Yes.
I'll be right behind you, Josephine. I won't leave you waiting in this dream, while you watch the people speaking words you can't quite comprehend. You ask me if I'd pinch you, but my fingers wouldn't bend. I'll be right behind you, Josephine, just like I was when we were 17. I guess it's only been a year, but still it feels like 34. I don't feel like I am living in the same skin anymore. Now hold my hand, I'll hold my breath. There's nothing in this world we really own. And Jesus Christ, if you tore my heart out, the only thing I'd feel is less alone. Less alone. Josephine, even when my soul's an amputee. And my bleeding heart is sinking in the lake inside my chest. So I grab what I can cling to and I leave behind the rest. Now hold my hand, I'll hold my breath. There's nothing in this world